Hey guys, it's Pita. Welcome back to another video. So for today's video, it's going to be a haul. So I went over to Walmart and I picked up some sponges and brushes from Japanesse. These are new items that are now available at Walmart. So when I heard the news, I went over to Walmart, picked up some goodies, and today's video is sponsored by Japonesque. I have previously tried a couple brushes from Japonesque and I really liked the brushes. So I can't wait to show you guys what these brushes look like, how soft they blend and all that stuff. I also get a lot of questions like, hey Pita, are you supposed to like wet a sponge? Can I use my brush for more than one thing, or do I only stick to it for foundation? So don't worry girl, grab a snack, get comfy, get ready. I'm gonna dive into all these brushes and sponges, show you guys what I got and how to use them. So here are a couple of the things that I picked up. This is the Japonesque High Density Foundation. Now you can use this for your foundation and it gives you like an airbrush finish. I'm really excited to try this one out. And then I also picked up this brush set. This is the Complexion Perfection Brush Duo. This is a precision concealer brush and angled foundation brush. So it comes with two of these brushes. These are the Velvet Touch Eye Essentials Eye Detailing Brush Corded, and these I'm super excited to try. And then I also picked up these sponges. These are the Japanese Complexion Perfection Sponge Duo. I've never tried these, but I've heard really good things about them. These are up to 20% larger when damp. So this is what these look like. So I picked up these items at Walmart, and now that I show you guys what I picked up, I'm gonna show you guys how to use the brushes and give you guys all like the inside scoop on like how to use them, if they're soft, if they're not. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so let's start using the brushes. I also want to let you guys know that this is not a tutorial. This is me mostly showing you guys how to use the brushes. So I'm gonna show you guys how I create like my everyday makeup look, like eye look, because I get a lot of questions all the time like, hey Pita, like what are you wearing on your eyes? And it's honestly just like a brown shadow. That's literally all I use. So I'm going to be using this Japanesse Moroccan Heat Eye Shadow Palette. This is what it looks like. And I'm just going to take this brown shade right here. See how it's like very light? Kind of looks like a bronzer. I'm gonna pick up that shade and just put it all over my eyelid, and that's basically what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to take my Japanese pointed crease brush, and this is what this brush looks like. The handles are so soft. That's like the first thing when I took it out of the packaging. It's very soft. So I'm going to take that light brown shadow, I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm just going to pat it down like this. These are pretty good at blending. I really like that it's like very pointed, it's like very precise, so you can like really get in there. You can just pat the product in there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the blending brush, which is this one, and I'm gonna take just a little bit of the same product and I'm just going to blend it all out like this. Okay, so I really liked both of these brushes in the kit. Not only do you get like the blending, but you also get like the pointed precise one that you can really like pack in the color, and then this one is just like to blend it out. So far, I am really liking these brushes and I'm very impressed. So that's what I liked about these brushes. So I'm going to do this eye off camera and I will be back. Okay, I am back, and now we're going to move on with our high density foundation brush. And this brush, it's actually very funny how it's shaped, because it's kind of shaped in the shape of a triangle. I don't know if like the camera's picking it up, but it's in the shape of a triangle, which this is actually pretty good, because this you can use it to like really get in there in the areas where you want, like underneath your eye area, like around your nose. You can really work it into like small areas where like big brushes, like you can't really get them in. So this brush is really good if you want to use it for like foundation. You can use it for your foundation. You can also use it for your primer. You can use it to like pat on powder. You can honestly multi-use this brush. I'm going to be using it to apply my primer. So I'm going to go ahead and take my primer and just apply it all over my face. And see how easy it is to like just get underneath the eye area and really work in the primer. You would think this brush would be so complicated to work with it because it's just like so huge and thick, but no, it's shaped perfectly to like just get in there. So now we're going to move on to color correcting. I like to color correct my under eye area. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of my peach corrector, and I'm going to be taking this Japonesque. This is their concealer brush. So this brush is actually pretty tiny. This is really good if, like, for example, you want to use it to clean your brows, to cover your brows and clean it. That could be really good. But also you can use it for your under eye area just to kind of like blend out the concealer, which is what I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to take my peach corrector and apply it just underneath the eye area like this. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to blend everything out. And again, this brush is like super thin, which is really good because I can really get in there and just blend out all the concealer. The cool thing about brushes is that you don't have to use them for one specific thing. Like this one is for concealer, but you don't have to use it just to like clean out your concealer. You can use it for like your under eye area, to carve out your brows, to cut a crease, like whenever you're doing like a cut crease. You can do a lot of things. These brushes are just super, super soft. That's what I've really noticed. They blend everything out so good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my foundation. And now what I wanna do is I wanna do half of my face with a sponge and then the other half with the foundation brush. So the sponge duo comes with 2 sponges, which looks like this. There's one black and then a red with black. I've never tried these, so I'm really excited to try these out. Now this is what it looks like straight out of the packaging. So you probably are like, pretty small. But once you submerge it into water, let me show you. I have water right here. Once you submerge it, they expand up to 20% more. And the thing about sponges, guys, a lot of people get confused. You want to go ahead and submerge, like just put it in water, and then you want to like squeeze out all the water. You don't want to leave a lot of water because then it's going to mix with your foundation and it's not going to give you like that full coverage. So this is what it looks like once it's wet, and this is what it looks like when it's dry. Do you see how it's like much bigger? So okay, you can use a sponge. You can use it wet to obviously apply your foundation and to apply your concealer. You can also use it wet to apply your powder, or you can use it dry to apply your powder. It's just preference wise, like whatever you want. And then this is round. I never really knew how to use a sponge, which is why I'm telling you. When I first started with makeup, I used to use this side to do my foundation, which there's nothing wrong, like there's no rules in makeup, but this right here is for you to apply your foundation. So you just go in, dab your foundation, and then you can use this pointy side to get in there, like underneath your eye area or like around your nose area, to just blend everything out, or again, to bake or to apply your concealer. So I'm going to be using this sponge and the brush to do half and half of my foundation. So I'm just going to take my foundation and let's do the brush on this side and we'll do the sponge on this side. Okay, so I'm going to take my foundation and just apply it. Wow. This blends really nice. And I didn't even have to use this side to go underneath my eye area just because it's so soft that you can really mold it like however you want and really go underneath the eye area. Okay. So we did half with the sponge. We're gonna do the other half with the brush. I'm just gonna pack some on the brush and I'm just going to do it in circles. I'm gonna bring it down and then kind of just like blend it out. So as you can see, it gives you that nice airbrush finish. So this is what it looks like with the sponge. This is what it looks like with the brush. Honestly, it looks the same to me. It's everything is like preference wise. I know people that only use brushes when it comes to their foundations, and I know people that only use a sponge when it comes to their foundation. And then there's also people that like to use a brush and then at the end they like to go over it with a beauty sponge. So it kind of just depends, but this is what the brush looks like. This is the sponge. To me, it looks the same. They both look like pretty airbrush. Like it looks like an airbrush finish. My skin doesn't look too cakey. Like I can still see that it's my skin, but I have a nice coverage on my foundation. So this is what it looks like. All right, we're gonna move on to concealer now. Now for concealer, I'm going to be using the Angled Precision brush. Now this is supposed to be for foundation, but again, there's no rules in makeup, so you can use the brushes for whatever you want. But this brush, as you guys can tell, it has a different shape compared to like this brush, for example. This one has more of like a triangle shape. This one's a little bit more slanted. So the reason this brush is slanted is so it can go into every corner of your face. It can go underneath your eye area, it can go here, like on your temples, on your jawline. So the shape of it is really good because it can really get in there and blend everything out. So I'm going to be using this one for my concealer. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to pat it underneath the eye area like this. And again, you can use a beauty sponge to blend out your concealer, or you can just go ahead and use a brush. But wow, that blended it out really nice. It kind of looks like if I would have blended it out with a beauty sponge, huh? Whoa, that actually looks pretty good. Kind of shocked over here. It blends everything really good. See, I really get in there, like in my nose, and just blend everything out. And I just look up and blend everything over here. So I'm going to take some of the powder and I'm going to bake my under eye area. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just basically setting the concealer so it won't move and it won't crease. So I'm just taking a dry sponge. You can take a dry sponge or you can just go ahead and use like a damp one. It just really is preference wise, however you wanna use it. Okay, so before we complete the look, I usually always add, again, the same brown shadow that I put on my crease. I like to put it underneath just to kind of like smoke out the look. So I'm gonna be taking the same brown shade, this one right here, and I'm going to be using this angled brush from the kit. So I'm going to be taking this one and I'm just going to apply it underneath. Just like that. Then I'm gonna go in with this small smudge brush. And the reason I like to use this one is because this one is angled, so it really gets in there, so you like pack on the shadow and then you go back in with the smudge one and smudge it all out. So whenever you're doing like a drop shadow, you really want to make sure you're using like a smudge brush so it can really like smudge it out and you can make it like look smoked out. I just feel like it adds like a nice little touch. Okay, I'm gonna take the same angled brush. I really like this because it's very precise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this to apply my inner corner. You see how good it like gets in there? It's like perfect. This is perfect for eyeliner, perfect for like also like doing your brows with like a pomade. This would be really good too. I really liked it for like the inner corner. It really gets in there. Like the shape of it, the way it's shaped is like perfect for the inner corner. Okay, so yeah. There we go, that is it. I am done with the look and I showed you guys how to use all the Japonesque brushes and the sponges. If you guys are interested in picking up any of these brushes, I highly recommend them, guys. I genuinely really like them. They are now available at Walmart, so I'm pretty sure if you go to your local Walmart, they will have a display where it says Japonesque and the brushes and the sponges will be there. And guys, Japonesque is hooking you guys up with a giveaway. So if you guys are interested in entering a giveaway to win some brushes and sponges from Japonesque, I will leave all the rules down below in the description box for you guys to go ahead and check it out and enter the giveaway. That is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can be part of the Pita family, and don't forget to hit the little bell next to the subscribe button so you can notify the next time I upload a new video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye guys!